When we see the Lord. say Namo Amidabutsu. Doing good no matter how small. Reaching out with a warm heart. Always in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. Always in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. With hands of heart in Kansho, I say Namo Amidabutsu. Spreading spirit of living with brave hearts. Spreading spirit of caring, helping others. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Amidabutsu. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo In times of difficulty, I say Namo Amidabutsu. Doing my best with a calm heart. Thankful for my life as it's given. Living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. Living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. In times of gratitude, Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, always in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. With hands of heart in Kansho, I say Namo Amida Butsu, spreading spirit of living with brave hearts, spreading spirit of caring, helping others. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Amida Butsu. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Amida When my heart is touched by kindness, how my being fills with joy I wish to share. When my heart overflows with life's gifts, may my smile uplift. I'll share smiles everywhere. Thoughts tender soon, as the ocean's depth, I also offer when touched by kindness to share. When my heart is sad in loneliness, may I reach out to one whose heart may feel so too. Cherishing the time we warmly talk, may the path we walk lead to friendship ever true. I'll link bright as free as Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. In times of gratitude, I say Nembutsu, doing good no matter how small, reaching out with a warm heart, always in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, always in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. With hands of heart in Kansho, I say Namo Nembutsu, spreading spirit of living with brave hearts, spreading spirit of caring, helping others, Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Nembutsu, Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and say Namo Amidabutsu. Doing good no matter how small. Reaching out with a warm heart. Always in embrace of Buddha's great light, of wisdom and compassion, always in embrace of Buddha's great light, of wisdom and compassion. With hands of heart in Kansho, I say Namo Amidabutsu. Spreading spirit of living with brave hearts. Spreading spirit of caring, helping others. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo Amidabutsu. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Namo When my heart is touched by kindness, how my being fills with joy I wish to share. When my heart overflows with life's gifts, may my smile uplift. I'll share smiles everywhere. Thoughts tender soon, as the ocean's depths, I also offer, when touched by kindness, to share. When my heart is sad in lonely sweet as life each day.
With hands of heart in God.
spreading spirit of living with brave hearts, spreading spirit of caring, helping others. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. Nembutsu. Buddha's great light shines into all hearts. In times of difficulty, I say Namo Amida Butsu, doing my best with a calm heart, thankful for my life as it's given, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. In times of gratitude, I say Namo Amida Butsu, doing good no matter how small, reaching out with a warm heart, always in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, always in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion. With hands of heart in God. heart is sad in loneliness, may I reach out to one whose heart may feel so too. Cherishing the time we warmly talk, may the path we walk lead to friendship ever true. I'll link bright, I'll link as flowers, a sweet remembering of how I found me in you. When my heart's in pain, may I go on, may I bravely stand as I am and walk life's way. When my hands are warmed in Kansho, my heart lights aglow, finding peace when skies are gray. In great compassion, may I live this precious life, just as it's given in me does life each day. When we see the golden sun shining from above, we are mindful of the Buddha's love. For us all His pure compassion sheds its steadfast glow. By His doctrine, wisdom's way to show. When we see the silver moon gleaming in the sky, we remember still our Lord is nigh. By His blessed law to guide us through this earthly night, out of sorrow into joy and light. In times of difficulty, I say Namo Amidabutsu, doing my best with a calm heart, thankful for my life as it's given, living in embrace of Buddha's great light of wisdom and compassion, living in embrace of Buddha's great
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Family Sunday service. My name is Jen Kurohara, and I will be your MC today. Today, we observe Autumn Higan service. The equinox is a period of time when both days and nights are equal in length, and temperatures are ideal. This occurs during the months of March and September. For this reason, it is considered an ideal time to reflect upon the teachings of the Buddha. Ohigan means the other shore and compares this shore of endless suffering with the other shore of eternal bliss. To attain birth in Amida Buddha's land of bliss, we should simply practice deep listening and entrust ourselves to Amida Buddha's primal vow, which unconditionally embraces and accepts all just as they are. By reflecting upon the Buddha's compassionate wish to free us all from this shore of eternal suffering, and by calling the name Namo Amida Butsu, we are assured of reaching the other shore. We will begin our service with the temple bell Kansho.
Amidobut, Nomo Amidobut, Nomo Amidobut, Nomo Amidobut, Nomo Amidobut, Nomo Amidobut, Nomondo, 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 Nomondo.
We have a chanting of Sanbujo, or 3 respectful callings. Please put your hands together. Reverend Tomioka offers his dedication.
Today, we are gathered here to observe autumn Higan service. Higan is other shore of Amida Buddha's Pure Land, without anger, greed, ignorance, the place realm of enlightenment. Other shore is exist in the Pure Land. However, in our life, we are receiving guidance of Amida Buddha in our life, where we call it Shigan, this shore, the life of struggles and suffering. Our founder Shinran Shonin realized it is true that life is difficult, but fundamental cause of suffering and difficulty is within ourselves, that is, blind passions, attachments. Amida Buddha's wish is to save you as you are, to save you from suffering, liberation from struggles. To attain that, Amida Buddha practiced for countless years, accumulated highest virtues and merits, so that every single person can be saved without exception. That practice or vow is expressed as Namo Amida Butsu. For ourselves, when we deeply listen to this calling voice and then receive it, it is our mind of awakening, Shinji. Out of that mind, Namo Amida Butsu comes out from our mouth as an expression of assurance. I'm in Buddha's embrace. Also, gratefulness. Finally, I am saved by Amida Buddha. Through this Higan service, let us deeply consider and then think about what is my guidance, what is my destination of my journey of life. Our life is indeed difficult, yet by receiving Amida Buddha's compassion and wisdom, we are enabled to live our life to the fullest in the embrace of boundless compassion. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you. Today's chant will be Shoshinge, Gyofu style.
心意行本尊菩薩因に寺在世人在音部所東見小仏浄土院国土人伝自然目根流無常主将願長発経大具税五行死有死生寿十世妙正門実法不法無尿無変更無限無体幸運の少女歓喜知恵公不難難事無所行超日学校精進説一切群上無交渉本願名号少女語死心信行願人上等学書内涅槃非死滅の願成就如来小意行出世唯説皆本願会権辱悪事群上会お信如来如実言納発一年期愛心不難煩悩徳涅槃凡上逆法祭永入領主死入会一味摂取信根上昇語異能水波無明王頓内心臓死運無上不真実信心天非尿日光不運無運無死下妙無王逆心謙虚大狂気即応超絶語悪臭一切全幕門部人門心如来具随願仏言根大小下者全人妙本願理系皆仏本願念仏邪見教満楽修上信行十字人に難中死難無可死インド最天使の下中古自治域死こそ現代諸国聖書意妙如来本税大きい釈迦如来両我戦一種語妙難天竺優柔内自主とせ質の在派無権先絶内情無情報召喚議事所安楽賢治難行六六信行異行死のな億年皆仏本願知念即知入筆上唯の上昇如来語お本来悲願税音天神菩薩増論説奇妙無下公如来永主たら見真実 高専王朝内聖願皇右本願力栄光異能軍上昇一心気入の内崩壊筆逆入内永収集特殊年現像世界即小心療法精進有門の人間人図入生寺恩寺恩下本心論難量天使上皇南小菩薩内三蔵主純上教本上専業気なく法天神菩薩論中下法の因果見性願応元猫ゆたに少女死因唯心人枠前本部新人ポツ小内小自即涅槃必死無量光明の小春上回復系同社継承の難所唯明上の活入万全自力変願種円満特語感染症三不三神経音音増末放滅の品一生増悪知願罪死安如外消滅 너희 힘을 조승어 호시겐 구묘무게 냉미인zem막 몸부닝 신슈케쇼고해시 선적 홍원 그 억세 genoi shonji nindeng kechi injo ishoshi soku niunja akunjo inak ichi shinjin ino ni kukyo daiji shushi to josai muhen goku joku aku dozo kanji shun no shin yei ko shin shi ko so satsu Namo Amidabut, Namo Amidabut, Namo Amidabut, Namo Amidabut, Namo Amidabut, Namo Amidabut, Namandab, 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 Namandab.
The Dharma message will now be shared by Reverend Tomioka. His message is White Path.
Aloha and then good morning everyone. Welcome to Papaikou Hongwanji Buddhist Temple online autumn Higan service. Thank you so much. So today we are observing Higan service. Higan means other shore of the Pure Land. As you are seeing the beautiful altar of Papaikou Hongwanji. Altar is symbolizing the Pure Land, Buddha's land, the beautiful decoration, flowers, and excellence or perfection and beauty is expressed. And then the place we are living, it is called this shore, or in Japanese word, Shigan, this shore, our life. So it's a comparison. Buddha's land is beautiful, excellence, no suffering, no anger, no greed, ignorance. But in our life, we know our life is so many struggles, difficulties. Of course, we may say, but we also have a peace, happiness. But the point is, let's say in this way, can you explain or help me complete this sentence? I feel happy when, if, because. Can you think about I feel happy if, when, because. I may now use my wife again. I feel happy when I see her. Yeah, she like waving her back with a big smile. I can see her love for me. But yeah, if we can explain, I feel happy if, when, because. Of course, it is wonderful. Yeah, but it's showing that happiness is conditional. Yeah, I feel happy if, when, because. That is a conditional happiness. If these conditions of if, when, because change or disappear, the feeling we had, happiness, also change. That is the meaning of our life is a struggles. Therefore now, today's occasion, we get to listen to Amida Buddha's wish for each of us, me and then you, calling to us. Buddha's wish is liberate you from suffering. I shall save you from struggles. When we hear it, we do have a moment of reflection. My life is indeed in Buddha's embrace, and then guiding us. So therefore, we often say refer our life to the path or journey. So if you think about your journey of your life, your journey so far, was it easy? No hindrance, no obstructions. Your journey of life was so easy. Can you raise your hand? Anybody? Maybe nobody can say my life was totally easy. We have up and downs here. That occasion, what was your guidance? Or who helped you, supported you? Even there's occasion, I thought I can rely on this person. I thought this thing is something I can forever use it. But it may change or disappear. And we feel totally I'm in the struggles. I don't know where I should go. So we know life is a difficult journey. But then today, let's think about for the person who encounter Namo Amida Buddha's compassion and wisdom, what kind of a journey of life they are walking. Yeah? For the Nembutsu person who recite Namo Amida who receive the mind of awakening of Buddha's compassion, wisdom, again, what kind of life or journey this person is living. So today I want to share one video prepared by Study and Research Center of Hongwanji in Japan. Also translation by some ministers of Buddhist churches of Americas. You can watch the video, and today I asked the MC to reading the words too, so you can hear and then reading the words to describe the story of about the white path. What kind of life of journey of a Nembutsu person is living. So maybe, okay.
Parable of the Two Rivers. A parable written by Shan Tao, 613 to 681, one of the seven masters of the Jodo Shinshu tradition, in his major writing. The parable expresses the state of Shinjin of a Nembutsu practicer who aspires for birth in the Pure Land by saying Namo Amida Butsu. Honen Shonin, who was strongly influenced by Shan Tao, and also Shinran Shonin, who was a disciple of Honen Shonin. In addition, because of the dramatic content, many images of the two rivers and a white path have been drawn since. This time, instead of the traditional image of the two rivers and a white path, let us appreciate the parable by a different way of expression. Parable of the two rivers and a white path. Further, I wish to tell this parable to all who aspire to be born in the Pure Land. I will now share a parable protecting the Shinjin of Nembutsu practitioners and defending against criticism from people of different views. The parable is as follows. There is a traveler journeying west 24 million miles. On the way, there are suddenly two rivers. One is a river of fire extending to the south, and one is a river of water extending. The rivers are each 100 paces in width. Each river is boundless in depth and continue without end to the south and north. In between the river of water and the river of fire, there is a thin white path, barely 5 inches in width. The length from the eastern bank to the western bank is 100 paces. Violent waves from the river of water crash down onto the path, while flames from the river of fire rise up and scorch it. The water and fire alternate attacking the path, without stopping, even for a little bit. When the traveler approached the vast and boundless plain, there are no other people there. But many bandits and terrifying beasts exist there. And seeing the traveler is alone, each one strives to be the first to attack and kill the traveler. So, fearing death, the traveler immediately flees toward the west. But the traveler suddenly sees the huge river and thinks the following. The river has no end to the south or north. I can see a thin white path in the middle, but it's extremely narrow. Even though the distance between the eastern and western banks are close, how can I get across? I'm definitely going to die today. If I turn back to the east, the bandits and terrifying beasts will close in on me. If I flee to the south or north, I will be facing terrifying beasts and poisonous insects that will be contending for me. If I follow the path westward, it's likely that I will fall into the rivers of water and fire. There are no words that can adequately express what the traveler is feeling as the traveler trembles with fear. The traveler then thinks, if I turn around, I'll die. If I remain here, I'll die. If I go forward, I'll die. If I can't escape death, I choose to follow this path and keep going forward. Since this path is here, surely it can be crossed. When the traveler thinks this, the traveler suddenly hears an encouraging voice from the eastern bank say, "Don't hesitate, just follow the path. Your death is not determined." But if you stay here, you will definitely die. Further, there is a calling voice from the western bank saying, "It is okay to come right away, single-heartedly, without hesitation. I will protect you. Do not fear falling into the river of water or river of fire." Already encouraged from the eastern bank to go, and having heard the calling from the opposite bank, "It's okay to come," the traveler settles mind, accepts the path, not doubting, fearing, hesitating, or wavering, even by a little. Follows the path and advances west. When the traveler advanced just a little bit, the bandits and others called out, "Hey, come back. The path is dangerous. You can't go to the opposite bank. You will die for sure. We have no reason to kill you." The traveler hears the calling voices and without looking back, without looking left or right, advances, trusting the path, and quickly arrives at the western bank. Forever separates from all distress, and upon meeting a good friend, and having endless happiness and joy. This is the parable. The following will explain the parable's meaning and principle. The eastern bank represents the Saha world of illusion and doubt. The western bank represents the world of perfect bliss, Pure Land. The bandits and terrifying beasts that are closing in represents the 6 sense organs, the 6 forms of consciousness, the 6 kinds of objects, the 5 aggregates, and the 4 elements. One constantly regarding the 2 rivers of water and fire. Water signifies the mind of greed and attachments of the multitudes of beings, and fire signifies the mind of anger and hate. The white path in the middle, that is barely 5 inches wide, signifies a rising of the pure and trusting mind, Shinjin, from within the mind of greed. Because the mind of greed and anger flourishes, they are signified by water and fire. Because the conditions for Shinjin are slight, it is signified by the white path that is barely 5 inches wide. Further, waves constantly crashing signifies the mind of greed constantly arising and contaminating the pure and trusting mind, Shinjin. Further, flames constantly scorching the path signifies the mind of anger scorching the Shinjin, which is the Dharma treasure of virtue. The traveler follows the path and advances west, signifies completely throwing away self-power practices. Hearing the encouraging of the person on the eastern bank, follows the path and advances straight forward to the west. Shakyamuni Buddha has already entered nirvana, and people of this world are later times cannot see his physical form. It signifies being able to hear the teaching that was left behind. In other words, it signifies Shakyamuni Buddha's voice. Going forward a little, the bandits and others call out signifies people walking a path that differs from the teaching of the other power of the primal vow, and people of wrong view unreasonably persuading the person as follows. Nembutsu practicer, because your thoughts are based on your own convenience, you are misguided and creating your own transgressions. You will fail on the path of enlightenment and lose its benefits. It was likened to preaching the Buddha Dharma unreasonably. The person who calls from the Western Bank signifies the heart and mind of the primal vow of Amida Buddha. Quickly arriving at the Western Bank, meeting a good friend and being joyful signifies the multitude of beings who have been submerged in the world of delusion for a long time, continuously lost in the cycle of birth and death for an unfathomably long time, bound by one's own karma with no path to escape. So, accepting Shakyamuni Buddha's encouragement to be born in the Pure Land of the Western direction, in accord with Amida Buddha, the great compassionate mind, calling to come to the Pure Land. The traveler accepts Shakyamuni Buddha's encouragement of birth in the Western Pure Land. And also Amida Buddha's calling to come to the Pure Land with great compassionate mind. Accords with the mind of the two honored ones. Never concern of the two rivers of water and fire, and entrust and follow the call of Shakyamuni Buddha and Amida Buddha. Single-mindedly saying Nembutsu, leaving oneself to the work of the primal vow of Amida Buddha. After life in this world, the traveler is born in the Pure Land, meeting the Buddha and having endless happiness. This is the parable of the two rivers and a white path.
Thank you so much, MC, for reading the story. Thank you so much. So that is a story of the white path and the river of fire, river of water. So that in a slideshow story, we see the traveler journeying, aspiring for birth in the Pure Land. That is a person who is aspiring for birth into the Pure Land, which means I want to be freed from suffering desires. I want to have peace and happiness. No more struggle, no more difficulties, no more human suffering. Yeah, that is an aspiration. And what we may have to think about is even this aspiration. Do we have it, or do we create it? Who make us to have that aspiration, want to born into the Pure Land? As you listen to Dharma message, do you feel or do you have that aspiration? I want to be born into the Pure Land. I want to become a Buddha. Yeah? If we don't have it, if we don't feel it, now whatever, how many times we may listen to message or reading article, books, it doesn't come to here. Only stays in our as a knowledge. Yeah, when we do have an aspiration, I want to be a Buddha. Even that one, our founder said, it is so difficult even to aspire, the feeling or desire, want to become a Buddha. Not everyone can have it easily. Therefore, our founder explains, even this aspiration is given to me by Amida Buddha. Maybe we can apply, if you think about yourself, why did you have this, or why did you or have a chance to belong to Hongwanji or listening to the Dharma teaching? Yeah, you may say, we may say, I choose it. But when we deeply think about, it's not only my choice, yeah? Maybe if we think about the history of the Hongwanji in Hawaii, you may say, I have no choice. My parents said, go Sunday, we go to church. No choice. Yeah, but if you think to yourself, because of your parents' or behavior or their guidance, or maybe your friends or teacher, life experience over the funeral, suffering or struggles, they guiding you to come to listen to Buddha teaching. So if we think about whatever situation we may not have today, to listen to Nembutsu teaching is not only my effort or choice. We are receiving countless causes and conditions which make me, make you to listen to. So therefore, even the aspiration is not too easy to have. So we can imagine, if you go to like a large shopping center, there are so many stores, like a first floor to maybe 10th floor, so many stores there. So if you want to go to, you have a one store you want to visit, you want to buy certain items in that store, yeah? So you are checking the map. So for example, okay, it's a certain floor. You went to that floor, but it's so large shopping center, so not easy to find. You asking somebody, so where's this? The person tells you, oh, go to straight turn right. But you cannot find it. You may feel, oh, I get lost. I want to go to that store, but I don't know how to get there. We feel I'm lost. Yeah? But what if you go to the same large shopping center without any intention? You don't thinking, I want to go to this store to buy it. Just you want to take a look at the stores. Then even the same place, same floor where you got lost. But if you go there without any intention, even the same place, you don't feel I got lost there, because just you enjoy without any purpose or reason. So that teaching us our life. Yeah? If we have a purpose or destination, what we want to do, it teaching me where I am now. We can see difference of how far, how close to our destination or goal purpose. So in this traveler journeying to the Pure Land can see exactly where I am now. So this is a picture you are seeing, like a river of river of water, river of fire. Yeah. So now, what do you see the color? Maybe I may ask you, the gentleman. Do you see the color, blue and then red? But the question can be, are you sure you are seeing the color of red and then blue? Yeah, of course we see, I can see it. But the point is, those are rivers symbolizing our greed, and the anger. So one of my senior minister, he said the important message of this story is, it's true that we may say, yeah, I know human being, we do have a greed or anger, yeah, but do we feel it as, do we lament? Do we feel, oh, shame on me, shame to me, I'm so embarrassed, I have such a greed and anger? Do we feel in that way? Don't you think we may kind of excuse or justify? It cannot be helped. It's my nature. But if we think in that way, we are not seeing the rivers. What it means is, if we have a desire attachment in the context of the birth into the Pure Land, that's a truly sad condition, situation of human being. I want to be Buddha. I want to become enlightened one. If we have that aspiration, we can see it as a comparison. I am truly have greed, anger, ignorance. I'm so lamenting, so sad, shame on me. If we feel in that way, then we can see truly the river of the fire and then water. That the teaching us, then only hearing, realizing to myself, such a sad nature I do have. Whatever other practice or effort, no matter how I try, this mind of my mind never becomes perfect or peaceful. When we deeply realize such a situation, that is a moment that we can see the white path. This white path exists for me. Amida Buddha prepared, designed for me. Satoshi, I understand you're in the suffering struggle of those rivers, but don't worry. This white path, it truly exists for you. Take this path. Take refuge in me. That is a calling voice of Amida Buddha. Therefore, that is again white path. Buddha's compassion and then wisdom. By following this, that is expressed as what it is, Namo Amida Butsu. So that is again meaning of the today's service of Higan. By realizing or aspiring, I want to be born into the Pure Land. It reflects upon, we can have a reflection of my life itself. Now truly I do have a river of water, river of fire in my life. And it is there forever, never changing, then disturbing my life or becoming a hindrances. But now Amida Buddha calling us, in that life, take this white path of Namo Amida Butsu. I shall protect you, I shall guide you, no matter whatever hindrances or disturbing things occurs in your life. Come as you are. That is again calling voice of Namo Amida Butsu, a commanding voice. Then also Shakyamuni Buddha, founder of Buddhism, also encouraging us, yes, Satoshi, take that path. That is a path for you. So therefore today again we say other shore is not in this life, only afterlife or Pure Land. But its working is truly reaching out to our life. Whatever you may be going through, your destination of your life journey is already settled. Pure Land, birth into the Pure Land. And then every day is a journey to the Pure Land, but now we can live differently. Acknowledging, realizing I do have a water of river, water of fire. But difference is I'm not living this white path of Namo Amida Butsu. Truly, my life every day is a journey to the Pure Land, which guiding me to that path of Pure Land. That is a Nembutsu life we are living every day. So therefore again today, including myself, let us deeply think about aspiration we are receiving from Amida Buddha. And then no matter how life it looks so difficult or stressful, by receiving then realize I'm in the white path, guiding us the inner power, comfort and assurance. No matter my life can be swayed due to family situation, working conditions, we can return to this white path of Buddha's embrace anytime, anywhere, and anyone. Let us recite the name of Amida Buddha together with joyful gratefulness. Please put your hands together in Kansho. Let us recite the name of Amida Buddha together with awareness. Amida Buddha's compassion and wisdom is forever, always calling to each of us. Come as you are. Take refuge in me, Amida. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandab, Namandab, Namandab.
Thank you, Reverend Tomioka. We have a reading of Homages, page 2 in the Red Service Book. Hard it is to be born into human life. Now we are living in it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear them. If we do not gain emancipation in this present life, we may not be free from ill faring in the ocean of births and deaths for kalpas. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures. We go to the Buddha for guidance. May we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. We go to the Dharma for guidance. May we be submerged in the depth of the teachings and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. We go to the Sangha for guidance. May we all, with one accord, live the life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriads of kalpas, hard it is to hear such excellent and profound teachings. Now we are able to hear and receive them. Let us try to understand the Tathagata's teachings. We now have the chanting of Nembutsu. Now for some announcements. Hawaii District Ministers Association monthly online Buddhist class will be on Saturday, September 25th from 10 to 11. What is the temple's role and responsibility as part of the community? Reverend Shinji Kawagoe shares his message from Papaikou Hongwanji Mission. To register, please go to our webpage. Peace Day Photo Contest. I'll have Robin come up and share who the winner is.
Good morning. On behalf of Puna Hongwanji, we would like to thank everyone that took the time to participate in our Peace Day 2021 photo contest. Thank you to those that shared and submitted their photos that depicted Live and Light the World to them. Thank you to those that took the time to like and love each photo. Also, thank you to our anonymous donor for the generous donation of gift cards so that we could share the cards with our participants. As stated in our rules, more than one photo could be submitted by each person, but they could only win one prize. So if you are auditors, going back to the photos and question why did this photo not win when they had more points, it's because the person submitted more than one photo. We had a three-way tie, so there was a bunch of people that selected so that we could break the tie for 4th and 5th place. Congratulations to everyone that entered, as you are all winners. Unfortunately, we have prizes for the following entrants. 5th place is Laurie Nikoba with the $10 gift card from KTA. 4th place, we have Sherry Crocker with a $20 J. Hara store gift card. 3rd place, Allison Sato with a $25 KTA gift card. 2nd place, Carol Sunezumi with $25 KTA gift card. And the 1st place is Kanoe Arai with a $25 KTA gift card. I will be in touch with the winner so that I can arrange to get your prizes to you. Congratulations and thank you for participating. On Tuesday, September 21st, 2021 at 8:30, will be the Ring Your Bell for Peace. You must register to receive the Zoom link. This event is an interfaith event with people of all religious backgrounds coming together as one to show their solidarity of peace. You may find more information on our Puna Hongwanji webpage or in the events section of our Facebook page. Also, just as a reminder, have you folded your two-headed bird Gumyocho? The Gumyocho symbolizes interdependence and the importance of living harmoniously. We are sharing this world, but many are divided and fighting with each other, thinking, I am right and you are wrong. Without knowing, we are actually hurting ourselves by being so divided. Let the Gumyocho remind us that we need each other and we should strive to live in harmony. You can find the full story on our Puna Hongwanji webpage, Facebook, and Instagram pages, along with directions for folding a crane. Thank you very much, and please stay safe and healthy.
Thank you, Robin. Today's words of wisdom. The moon never fails to shine on all things. In closing, thank you for attending our online service. Please stay safe and healthy.
When my heart is touched by kindness, how my being fills with joy I wish to share. When my heart overflows with life's gifts, may my smile uplift, I'll share smiles everywhere. Thoughts tender soon, as the ocean's depth, I also offer, when touched by kindness, to share. When my heart is sad in loneliness, may I reach out to one whose heart may feel so too. Cherishing the time we warmly talk, may the path we walk lead to friendship ever true. I'll link bright as flowers on a sweet remembering of how I found me in you. When my heart's in pain, may I go on, may I bravely stand as I am and walk life's way. When my hands are warmed in Kansho, my heart lights aglow, finding peace when skies are gray. In great compassion, may I live this precious life, just as it's given in need